said, till the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa, and I say, thank God it's Monday. Another opportunity, another beautiful opportunity to meet up as one people, and definitely as one people who love their nation in spite of, to perform this all-time favorite ritual. A ritual performed by you lot, you patriots out there. Welcome to the ritual I call That's My Opinion. Every Monday at this time, we'll make it a point only on Joy 99.7 FM. Our favorite ritual. And folks, our topic today. And this is where you send your messages to your friends to say, look, yeah, tune in. Our topic today, baby. The victory after the defeat before. The victory after the defeat before. Folks, the victory after the defeat before. Now, once upon a time, in the Fourth Republic, Ghanaians did not vote for a president for a second term. It had become a ritual. By the time of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, after serving time left for President Mills, God bless his soul, and his first term, he was voted out. And voted out he was. In 2016, the electorate voted about 1 million votes against the NDC. It was a message. It was one for the history books. Whoa, where from this? Folks, we did not want to see him, not even the back of him. 1 million votes to make sure, say, we don't want to see you. In fact, we were fed up with democracy. We were fed up with democracy. And so at the time, the MPP and Nanado was our last hope to restore our faith or confidence in this animal called democracy. We raised our hopes and our expectations. Folks, we raised our hopes and our expectations. Promises, and we thought, this was it. This was it. Ghana had finally arrived. Only for our faith and hope and everything to be shattered beyond repair. But in spite, they had their 2 terms. Currently, folks, the general notion about the way we are practicing or the style of governance is that it's not working. If you ask, or if you do the research and you ask people, the majority will tell you it's not working. And we, the electorate, are desperate to see change in leadership. Leadership's honesty, leadership's commitment, leadership's hard work. We are hungry to see Ghana working. Some want to see it in their lifetime. Folks, we want equity, fairness, and we want opportunity. So at the last election, we added another story to the history books. Ghanaians voted, and voted they did. The turnout was low. People say, oh, the NDC voters did not turn out to vote. Could be true. But I think, folks, that there are quite a number of despondency out there. There are quite a number of people who have voted MPP, NDC, and their lives are still the same. And so have decided, say, whatever or whichever government comes, that's what their life is going to be. It doesn't affect me. I am still poor. I am struggling to get medication. I'm struggling to find food. I've tried all else and I'm still the same. So you guys, you just go and vote because it just saves me the hassle. They are those. And there's quite a number of them out there. People who are just fed up. But in the end, the MPP was voted out. with about 1.6 million votes, losing so many seats as well, even in areas which were considered as safe seats. Folks, one of the biggest political comebacks since Nkrumah was named Man of the Millennium in 2000. After all the vilification and sacking him from the country and exiling him and whatever it is, he came back to be Man of the Millennium. And I'm saying this comeback is probably next to that. But there's a wise old saying, folks, that if you see your brother's chin on fire, fetch water and place it by yours. Fetch water and place it by yours when you see your brother's chin on fire. Folks, I think the Ghanaian electorate too deserve some sort of Academy Awards for acting. The average Ghanaian voter should be given an award for acting. Folks, they followed, they cheered, they wore the colors, and above all, chopped the money and then voted against. Can you imagine that an MP or, running to be an MP, you go to an area, 3, 4, 5 buses to bring to your area to come and vote for you. So they are they obviously have to give them food, pay for the buses, give them the stipends for coming to vote, and they come and vote against you. I mean, who does that? Folks, who does that? And they look so convincing as though they are with you through thick and thin, yet they voted against. Hey! There must be some award given to the average voter out there. Folks, but I am happy that JM and the leadership of the NDC are somewhat panicking. Or let me say in a panic mode, for want of a better word. For want of a better word, I am happy that JM and the leadership in the NDC are somewhat panicking. Maybe panicking is not the word I'm looking for, but just the guys who say, I'm a hellish. Right? Because, folks, this is not a victory to gloat about. No, this is not a victory to gloat about. Folks, it is more like a warning. And rightfully so. Folks, rightfully so. Whoever would have been there today should panic. Folks, the next phase is how do you manage and meet expectations. After people have been so fed up and let down and everything and voted this amount of votes to kick out one party, you coming in, how do you manage and meet expectations? In the current political and national abyss that you are about to inherit. Folks, currently we in the media, we are cleaning our guns, restocking on ammo, practicing our aiming skills, because very soon we shall start firing. And when we fire, we will fire at a certain government. Yes, it will seem unfair, it will look harsh, but who should take the bullet while you are in power? Folks, right here, folks, we've done a couple of shows saying that we will no longer accept the previous government this, the previous government that. It has become, it has been used and overused. Because we say that if you don't have any solution, why are you coming to take up the problem? If you didn't have any solution, why are you taking up the problem? And so if you're coming to take the problem, and in a way in which you do, where you campaign and you go from door to door and town to town, region to region, to say, give me the problem to solve, then if we give you the problem, don't tell us that the previous government created it. We know. That's why we voted 1.6 million to say he should go and sleep. And you said you can solve the problem. So folks, very soon, the salvos will start coming. And then all of a sudden, hey, these guys are no longer MPP. I mean, NDC4. They're no longer NDC. I mean, they will just move you to the next camp. So panic is a good reaction. Folks, panic is a good reaction. In fact, it's a sensible reaction. It's a sensible reaction. Ghanaians have voted for common sense. They have voted for pragmatism, for fairness, for prudence, for equity. Folks, I don't think they have necessarily voted for the NDC. Folks, people have voted for a system change. They have voted for a system change. They have voted for the status quo to be abolished. And not necessarily just a political party. No. And so whoever you are, panic. That's a wise and a sensible thing to do. Panic. Folks, now when we get to the phones, I want you to also argue about find out about this. That has the Ghanaian voter finally woken up from that deep and long slumber? Have we woken up? I believe so, though. One or two things make me think that I think the Ghanaian voter has now realized his strength and value of his thumb. I believe so. The next step, folks, should be that blanket demand for accountability. That blanket demand for accountability. Let us not politicize accountability where because I am NDC, if NDC is in power, they mean carry. When I was MPP is in power, mean carry. No. If the road is bad, you don't care who's there. Demand it. Force, fight for it. If we are able to depoliticize accountability, folks, the voter should be feared. Oh, yes. Because you yield the power. You yield the power. So you should be feared. And we will be amazed at the speed with which things would change. The speed with which roads would suddenly appear. The speed with which opportunity for jobs would come. Real opportunities, equity, fairness, justice. You'll be shocked about how these things will come. And since it's a process, at least we need to hasten because we are far back, too far back. Let us not politicize accountability. But has the voter finally woken up? 0302 216 541 0302 216 541. Victory after the defeat before. Newman in mile 7.
Yes, sir.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
I'm very well.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You see, now Ghana.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Newman. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear
Yes,
me?
I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Yes, I see we need alternative. But since we are not having the alternative, we have NDC MPP, but now no, we are going to stress them.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to stress them in a way that they cannot mess up. Because Mahama like this, he wants the power, but he himself, as at now, no, he is thinking. Because the way we vote for him, it's not a joy, it's a problem. So this is how we have to deal with our political parties, so that they will reason and know that we are not fools.
Newman, thank you very much. Ajiman Joseph, I really want to hear your opinion on this matter.
I hope you are doing well.
I'm very well, Ajimai.
The way we vote is very interesting. But I think 70% of Ghanaians don't want that much. What they want is, by the end of the day, when I have small money, I'll go to market, I can get something to buy to eat. I get something to lay my head. So the living condition. At a point in time, NPP were saying that, look at your financial status and vote. The same thing applies to the other side. Now, NDC, MPs, and the president-elect are not jubilating too much because they've realized that Ghanaians will vote you out if you don't do what you say. So now, NPP, they thought they were going to break the 8. But they didn't ask themselves, what have we done extraordinary that will let the people vote for us? At a point in time, they were not listening to Ghanaians. Go to the grassroots, listen to what Ghanaians are saying. We are hungry. Economic challenges. The inflation, food inflation. They didn't listen. And they think Ghanaians can be taken for granted. Now, they are going to sit back and realize that, no, Ghanaians can never be taken for granted. So now the issue is, do we even give out money for votes, or we work for people to see what is done for them to vote for us? Because we give the money, this one will give, this one will give, we take all. But in the end, they think about the best to vote for. So now, the NDC people are not even deliberating too much because they say, hey, Ghanaians can never be taken for granted. So this is how the democracy is very strong. And God be with you.
God be with you too. And Francis is in Kantamanso. Hello, Francis.
Yes, Nana.
Charlie, what's your take on this matter?
Yeah, Nana. There's a quote from Nkrumah. I think I'm going to paraphrase. I don't know it word for word. It says that the Ghanaian, they don't take the Ghanaian to be timid. But the day the Ghanaian will rise, you'll be surprised, so to say. And I think that's what we showed the NPP government. You see, the NPP government was full of arrogance. Yes, you are the president. How can you go for a debate and ask a chief to get up and greet you? I think it was the height of arrogance. So today, or after the 7th of January, if the president, after being out of office, if he goes to a debate, would he go again and ask a chief to get up and greet, for him to greet him?
Big question.
There are traditions in this country. No matter who you are, you have to respect the status quo. And he in so many ways, Akufo-Addo insulted Ghanaians. And I only pray that Mahama will never repeat, and the NDC will never repeat what they have done. I think one area they have to focus on is fair wages. Because I can tell you, I happen to work with one of the one district, one factory companies that was set up. And most of them, especially in the Tema Enclave, look, Ghanaians are being cheated out of. Look, Ghanaians are working and they are being paid far less. Yes, they will tell you minimum wage is there. There are companies out there, they will tell you that 1,000 go, 1,000 come. Meaning that if you stop today, another person will come and sit in. I think they have to look at it. Fair wages. Because if the companies are out there and they are not paying the Ghanaians fairly, it's not good. It's not going to be good for the country.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Nuti Fafa is in Dome. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I wish to contribute to your.
I'd love to hear your contribution.
Very good. It's been a very good program you are running. Now, see, The election shows itself already. These people are so rich that they become so arrogant in the sense that Ghanaians are taken for granted. I'm suspecting the IMF loan, the loans they collected, $11 billion. I can see most of them hasn't come into the country. They are so arrogant. They are so rich that they don't care damn about anything. Please, it is time for Ghanaians to talk, and they have talked. They have talked. To them, their sense is that never again they should take Ghanaians for granted.
Thank you very much, sir. That was a good one. And Kateku is in
Kakito.
Kakito.
Yeah, Kakito from Teshi.
My brother, let me hear you.
Yeah, Nana, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I think this medium is giving many ordinary Ghanaians the platform to talk to the political class. There is something in Ewe we call Afemenunyanya. The Kans call it Efyenyansa. The Gans call it Shiajemo. The Dans call it Wimdrem. Then the Hausa people call it Iliminjida. During the crisscrossing of the country, I am an NDC person. President Mama was on the field, or the political class were on the field, telling the people that they are coming because of their hardship. The people are suffering. The people are suffering. And the people are suffering. The people listen to you. And they give you the mandate. Then when the political class comes, shockingly, they forget that they told the people that the people were suffering. Then they come and sit in a $400,000 Land Cruiser. All of them, the political class, they come in the face of all the hardship. They buy $400,000 Land Cruiser Prado and give to this political class. Some of them, they've not even bought a bicycle in their life before. So I'm using this medium to draw President Mahama's attention. After on the 7th, Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, he has demonstrated that he understands the suffering and the hardship of their people. He's using a $10,000 vehicle because the people are suffering. But Ghana here, the political class, I don't know. That's why I'm using the word Afemenunyanya, Efyenyansa, Siajemo, Wengem, Iliminjida. Where it is? When will our political class take a stand and say, we are changing from the status quo? There's anger in the youth. And the youth are telling them that the kind of lifestyle they are living, they don't like it. The last one is, I'm an NDC person. I go to corrupt myself in an office. Then you get government communicators coming to defend you. I'm throwing this challenge to President Mahama. Anybody who commits a crime, an alleged crime in his government, the person should appoint or look for a spokesperson for himself. When government communicators go to the defense of a minister or a CEO, then you are telling Ghanaians, you are provoking Ghanaians. We've said this and said this time without number that if somebody goes to misbehave in government, let the person look for spokesperson or PR to talk for the person. Otherwise, there are thousands of people in Ghana who can do better than the person. Sack the person. Jerry Rawlings did it. He sacked Atukwashi them in his 1996 election. Jerry Rawlings sacked almost 8 ministers for him to win the 1996 election. And I know that President Mahama, with what he said today with the Pentecostal Council people, that if you want what Abayedi Botechinu, President Mahama has learned a lot of lessons, and I know this time he will not disappoint Ghanaians.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have Shem in Prapram. Hello, my brother.
Hello, brother.
Please, how's Asantua?
Oh, she's fine. She's
very
great.
Good. Greetings.
Greetings. Where do I start from? The question is the Ghanaian now woke? Yes, of course, the Ghanaian is now woke. My observation is the Ghanaian is woke to a certain extent that he or she will be willing to push. I wouldn't like to say this, but the lesser evil away and say, okay, I'll choose you, which I don't condone anyway, because I don't believe we're supposed to look for evil people to come and govern us anyway, but it is still cool. Now, for the people who are the independent candidates, a little bit of research shows that perhaps they should be coming together, but not coming together to form a political party, to make it an option amongst the two. But then their time would also come, because we all know President Kufuor's story. He had to stay for 16 years, and he finally became president and disappointed everyone. Even John Dumelo also had to fight for 12 years, and he's finally the MP elect. So to all the independent candidates as well, don't lose the faith. Of course, Ghana electoral system is so financially draining that you would want to say another than AMAC, because you don't see the significance of it. But if the dream is to perhaps put Ghana on the step, yes, it's a step in the right direction. In the same way, Ghanaians have been able to vote out NPP and say, okay, let's give it to NDC. Ghanaians will come a time they will also look at the other side and say, let's give it to these independent people. Let's see what they have to offer. And I'm very proud, at least we have 4 independent candidates in there. But I think something should change in Parliament. There are standing orders that allow independent candidates to either sway to NPP or NDC. I see very troubling, because the person stood on the ticket of being independent. So even in Parliament, he or she is still supposed to remain independent. You cannot say, I carry the purse, so I wouldn't give you, the funds to maybe help in or aid in developmental projects within your constituency because you're an independent candidate. So I think the standing orders, we need to look at that. Let's not be lazy about the law. If things need to be changed, let us change it, and then let us keep Ghana moving. But I think the Ghanaian electorate is now woke. You can't go around playing those watch it or love games and 50 Ghana and think that they will vote for you. They won't vote for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I go all the way to Dansuma, my own hood. And Kwame is there. Hello, Kwame.
Nana, good evening, and good evening to your listeners.
Good evening back to you.
I think that this time around, Ghanaians have proven to politicians that you cannot take us for a fool. You cannot take us for a ride. A Ghanaian politician is the modest politician, or a Ghanaian citizen is the modest one you can ever think of. We don't need anything. All we want is that our fuel prices on the market should be at least bearable. What we want is that roads leading to villages that will bring food to us should be at least a good road, but not East Legon. What food item is coming from East Legon? Tell me. A Ghanaian is telling you that when I go to the market, I shouldn't be buying 3 pieces of the plantain at 40 cedis. So do something for me. I voted for you. I think for this time around, politicians, if they would ever learn, this should serve as a lesson. That Ghanaians, all we want is that subsidized things, all the gifts that God would bless a country with, we have it in Ghana. Why should a Ghanaian be suffering? That when a Ghanaian is earning a small salary, you cannot take care of your family. Why? And a politician will sit in a Lexus V8 and come and tell you that you who is riding the motorbike, the person is suffering than you who is riding the motorbike. I think this time around, it is not about NDC, MPP, but we should go back. And I am very happy that the president-elect started shouting from the beginning that indeed it is not easy. Whoever is ready to work with me, come with a clean hand. And I think that one thing Ghanaians are also expecting is that all the loot, all the state capture must be recovered, and these individuals must be prosecuted. Because we cannot enjoy haircuts and people will be enjoying assets.
Afro hair. Thank you very much. And we enjoy haircut while others are enjoying Afro. Kakito is back again. Hello, my brother.
Yes, I'm back.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
There was an earlier contributor who talks about who speaks for the ordinary people in the private sector. You are employed to a job. The employer doesn't consider your TNT. He doesn't consider the food you eat in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. He said he's paying you 800 Ghana cedis. The political class are aware of this. They don't do any auditing of the private sector. And the private sector employers are taking advantage of Ghana. As look at the last one I want to say again is that President Mahama has started well. by cautioning his future appointees. They should be careful. As for me, I'm going to be a watchdog in NDC. Anybody who try to misbehave in this government, this new government, we are going to take the person to the cleaners, unless they kill us. And we will let Ghanaians know that we won't tolerate this obscene, lavish, extravagant, ostentatious lifestyle. The political class, they should stop using the Land Cruisers and the Prados in the face of the suffering of the Ghanaians. This is the anger of the youth. They don't see it. When they sit in the Land Cruiser, they don't see that Ghanaians youth are angry with them. But they think they alone deserve comfort, safety, and security. The Ghanaian youth also need safety, comfort, and security. And they should be careful. We are really, really angry. I'm an NDC person.
Kakito in Teshin. Abu Mohammed is in Japan, my own hood. Hello, son.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah. Me too. What I want John Muhammad to do, first of all, the work exists already. But we work more than we are being paid, like a caller earlier said. None of complain. Me, I come home 7 o'clock. By 6:45, you have to report at work. And you are being paid less. You work more than, and these are foreign people. So, first of all, the work that already exists, strengthen them, make sure they pay us good. We take a lot of risk, but they give us more money. So, let that one be, down first of all, because me, I believe that it is God who chooses the Mahama for us. And God choose, like we say, God choose king for people and all that.
But you didn't vote. How are you now saying God chose Mahama? You didn't go and vote? Or did you?
Yes, I didn't vote. Well, the reason I say so is because 2012, when John Mahama became the president, who voted? Nobody went and voted. Nobody occupied the presidential seat. Either you do coup or you are voted for, except John Mahama. When I made this argument, somebody who is against this argument told me that it's in the constitution already, so it's still Ghanaians. I said, okay, if that's the case, who broke the virginity of that clause in the constitution that said when the president died, the vice should take over? It is still John Mahama. So, and if God choose somebody for you, and that person, you are disappointed in that person, then indirectly you are telling God that you are disappointed in him. So it is not God who choose Nana Ado and Baumia for us, but we choose them. That's why people are disappointed in them.
I hear you. And I have Nana Kwesi on the line. Hello.
Good evening.
Nana Kwesi.
Yeah.
Now, I'm very good. Have we finally woken up as the electorate? Sorry. Have we seen the light?
To be woke means
it means we were asleep before. Now it looks like we have woken up.
Oh, Nana, you woke to what?
What?
You. Nana, I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening.
So I take an area, right? And you have the MPP candidates with obviously all the money in the world.
Yeah.
And splashing money, and then the people they take the money and go and vote against him. Whereas first, with that amount of money, this person is guaranteed, at least like maybe or lose 2-3 votes. But to lose wide lines, how much is just took the money and left? Or that's what I say. Have they woken up and now say, look, I'll take the money, but I'll vote for progress?
Well, you see, some of these people, a lot of these people who are come back in the NDC, like it is their first time. Some are first timers, but most of them have been there before. Okay, this wokeness in quotes, is to say, okay, this person came and he wasn't too pompous like you were. So if you are that pompous, let me just cut you off and bring somebody else who wasn't that too pompous. Like that is how I'm seeing things, Nana. See, somebody said we don't have options. Since we don't have options, we do have options. You have decided to settle on the mistakes. It doesn't mean that we don't have options. We do have. We have. Honestly, Nana, we have. we, the people of this majority of these people of this country, they have decided to settle on the very two that they know. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't mean that we don't have options. So that secession should even be killed for starters. No matter how we cry now, Mahama is here.
Mm-hmm.
I only have one request. The National Cathedral scandal, people must be prosecuted. If it will include the president, the sitting president, Nana Ansah Kwao IV, the president, and Kenny Oforiatta. Look, Nana, if nothing is done to these two, this Kowe, you can hide under politics and mess the country up, and you go and sit in your home and you enjoy for the rest of your life. Nana, it's not small financial loss they've caused to this country with that thing they've put in there. Nana, it's not small money.
It's a major headache.
And you see, the sickening part is that the board of trustees, do you know they are paid good sums of monthly salaries? Good sums of money. So, money that, if anything, a nurse, it will take a nurse a whole year to get. And then they edit your monthly salaries for this thing. When we mention the figures, we don't include the buildings they brought down, the relocations of the people who were there. We don't talk about those monies. So, Nana, this is the country we say we don't have money. And I say that's a big lie. We have money. The difference is how leadership choose to spend the money. That is what makes the difference. The chaff is too many. Nana, and the recent All African Games we had in this country, that you have to, you feed how many, 40 plus people with $13 million. We mention these figures, everything is taking change, Nana, and that is what corruption can do. Corruption makes crazy figures looks ordinary. $13 million. Oh, now we're going to US na yo musikano. They only use $13 million to feed 40 plus people for just this few days. Oh, what are we talking about, Nana? This is my two requests from John Mahama. Ken Oforiatta, because they were the people behind this. Nana stood on platform and told us that we will not use state money. We will not use our taxes. Meanwhile, every peso that has gone into this project is our tax. And you finish and you come and tell me that we don't have money. Meanwhile, we still have schools under trees today. We can't even have enough beds in our hospitals. And you spend this amount of money in the most expensive hole in the whole world. No, these people do not go job for this or return our money for us, Nana. Because it is there. Then it will further confirm that you come into government, and because you are in power and you do a lot of mess and damage to us, you can walk free and you'll continue to do it. People must be prosecuted, Nana. This is my two requests for John Mahama.
Thank you very much, my brother Nana Kwesi and Tofik from Tough Smart. Hello, have I got Tofik from Tough Smart in Adabraka? Tofik, I think your line dropped.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Let me hear you. Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, this is Chidiak speaking.
Oh, Chidiak. Let me hear you. Oh, it's been a while.
Good, yes, we are fine. First of all, we must let Antonio Martins get it clear that they were the very people who helped this government to make us look like tech citizens in this country. They've enslaved us, and God so good, we are out of it now. They shouldn't annoy the people more, because what they are doing, if the people vent their anger on them, they cannot stand it. Two, to give meaning to our founder, ex-President Rawlings, they must give true meaning to probity and accountability. We have nothing about this ex-president than this word. Bring true meaning to it. All the stolen funds, monies that have gone down the, because if we want to see those who made the real use of causing financial loss to these states, imprison people, is this MPP government. So it is their time now. They must let the citizens know that the government money, the consolidated account, you have no right to dip your hand inside. To me, I wish even they introduce firing squad. You get it there, you are killed. Then we all come free.
Calm down, Chidiak.